So if you're someone who's confused about Scrum ceremonies, then this video is for you. In this video, we'll discuss about an important Scrum ceremony, that is the Product Backlog Refinement Meeting. I'll explain the concept behind this meeting and also present a demonstration of this meeting. So stay right till the end. But before we dive in, hit the notification bell and subscribe to my channel to receive many more videos like this. Hi, I'm Sajana Binil. I'm the founder of Business Analysis Hub, the fastest growing community of business analysts here in India. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you about Product Backlog Refinement Meeting and present a demonstration of this meeting. So before I get started on the Backlog Refinement Meeting, let me familiarize you with some of the Scrum terms. Sprint. What is a sprint? Sprint is a time-boxed event which usually spans across 1 to 4 weeks, and it has a sprint goal. Every sprint has a sprint goal attached to it, and the Scrum team works collaboratively to achieve the sprint goal. At the end of the sprint, the Scrum team produces something called as the MVP. MVP stands for Minimum Viable Product. Now, what is an MVP? An MVP is a version of a product that contains just enough features so that it can be used by early customers and they can review and validate those features, which can help in future development of the product. So that's what an MVP is. Now, there is also product backlog. What does a product backlog contain? A product backlog contains epics, user stories, enhancement, changes, defects, any technical task that has to be completed. All of that becomes a part of the product backlog. And the product backlog is owned by the product owner. No one from the Scrum team has any authority to make changes to the product backlog except the product owner. Then we have the sprint backlog. Sprint backlog is simply a subset of the product backlog. What does that mean? During the backlog refinement meeting, the Scrum team seeks enough clarifications from the product owner around the items which have to be considered in the upcoming sprint. When the product owner prioritizes the backlog items in the product backlog and gives the Scrum team clarity around those items, the Scrum team proceeds to create a sprint backlog, which only consists of those features which have to be considered for the upcoming sprint. So if your product backlog contains 50 odd features that have to be developed for the product, your sprint backlog might be containing only 5 or 10 features that you are considering for the upcoming sprint. So that's exactly what a sprint backlog is. Now let's look at the product backlog meeting. In a product backlog meeting, the product owner prioritizes the backlog items which have to be considered for the upcoming sprint. She then gets into each and every backlog item and explains those features with respect to the functionality and how they should behave in the system. The Scrum team works collaboratively to ask questions around the scenarios that revolve around those requirements. So the business analyst works jointly with the product owner to give clarifications to the Scrum team for the various backlog items that are being discussed. Since the business analyst has a better understanding of those backlog items from the product owner, she plays a major role in providing clarifications to the Scrum team. Now, many times when the product owner is providing clarifications around the backlog items, it also becomes essential for her to update user stories based on certain queries or concerns raised by the Scrum team. So she immediately updates the user stories based on the discussion. At the end of the backlog refinement meeting, the Scrum team should have enough information to ensure that they can estimate for these backlog items in the sprint planning meeting. Many projects club the backlog refinement meeting and sprint planning meeting together. I ideally feel that's not a good practice. In our projects, we used to have a backlog refinement meeting one day prior to the sprint planning meetings. How it helps is that many times during the backlog refinement meetings, we might have not raised a particular question because it simply did not come to our mind. And later on, when we thought deeply about a particular scenario, we had queries around it. So the team gets one day to fill in an Excel sheet of outstanding queries and discuss it further with the product owner during the sprint planning meeting. So it is always best to pace out your backlog refinement meeting and the sprint planning meeting by having a one day gap between both. The team gets enough time to think, reflect, and then come back to the product owner with additional questions. So, if you are a business analyst in the Scrum project, guys, do play an active role in the backlog refinement meeting. Work hand in hand with the product owner to provide clarifications to your Scrum team, which means you need to connect with the product owner offline before this meeting to gather whatever information you need. So, along with the product owner, drive these meetings together. This gives you enough visibility in the project where you seem to have a good control over the epics and user stories that are being discussed in the meeting. Now let's look at a demonstration of a product backlog meeting presented by my students in our recent Scrum workshop. Take a look at this meeting, guys, and you'll get a clear understanding of how a backlog refinement meeting is conducted in a Scrum project.
Hello guys, my name is Pranay and I am the Scrum Master for our Scrum team. I hope you all are doing well.
Yes, thank you. We are doing well.
Thank you so much. Great. So now, so as we all know, we've called for this meeting for the product refinement of our new app that we are building or we're supposed to build, which is the Food Junction app. More details about these apps will be given by our product owner, Mohsin. Before we hand over the call to Mohsin, let me set a few guidelines for this call. We are time boxing this call to a maximum of 15 minutes for now. However, the call should get over as per the estimate. The call shouldn't take 15 minutes as we are going to discuss only one user story on it. Request you guys to clarify all your doubts over this call, and Mohsin, we request you, once the doubts are clarified, in case there are any developments on changing the user stories, request you to change them right there so that you don't have to go back and make those changes. It's better for us to document those changes while the team is here so that they can start working on the refinements or on the development right after the call. Number two, guys, in case there are any spikes or any user stories for which you need for which there is no estimate that you find, or you think that okay, you need more clarification, you can highlight those points. However, details and specifics can always be discussed after the call. In case there are any impediments that you feel or any dependencies that you think you have on the other teams which without which you cannot start your work, highlight those on the call. And again, you can connect with me or you can connect with Mohsin, and we can work on more clarification to bring down those dependencies, right? Saying that, let us make sure that we're mindful of everybody's time and utilize these 10 to 15 minutes for optimum use of clarifying our user stories and making sure that we provide the best solution to Mohsin and our customer so that we build the best product from our side. Well, thank you so much. Saying that, we will start with a quick 30 seconds introduction from all our team. We will first start with Mohsin. And Mohsin, you can then nominate any one of the Scrum team members so that he or she can start with their introduction as well. Thank you so much. Over to you, Mohsin.
Okay, hi. Thank you so much for that. So I'm a product owner right now for this project. So I'm also new in this project. So and some of the BAs that are here are also new. So I just want them to introduce themselves in order to get the good connection among them. So I nominate Srisha to just start her introduction, so that we'll continue after that.
So hi team, I'm Sirisha here. I'm a BA of this Scrum team. So I'm happy to be here.
Great. Sirisha, can you nominate someone?
Yeah, I would like to nominate Saranya next.
Great.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Saranya. I am the BA I'm also a member of this Scrum meeting, and I also need to know about the new application development, and I'm happy to part of this Scrum meeting, Scrum member. Thank you.
Saranya, do you want to nominate someone?
I want to nominate Prashant.
Yeah,
Can you introduce?
Hi, this is Prashant here. I'm also a Scrum team member, and just part of this team to to learn something about or discussion about the new product or the new application development. I just want to nominate to say Abiola. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, team. My name is Abiola, and I'm excited to be a part of this team. This is my first time in a Scrum meeting, and I'm learning a lot. And I'm looking forward to how we're going to develop the features of this mobile app. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Perfect. Guys, before I hand over the call back to Mohsen, we also have Sajana who is here. She is our agile coach, and anywhere where she feels that we are going wrong or we need any guidance, she will always pitch in to help us here. Thank you so much for being a part of this call, Sajana.
My pleasure, Pranay. My
Great.
pleasure.
Great. Thank you so much. And Mohsen, all yours, request you to give us a quick, heads up about the application and the challenges that you're facing, and then, we can run through the workflow of the call.
Okay. So hi everyone. Everyone is new, so we just want to tell you that this meeting is for making up of Food Junction app. So basically, I will share my screen to tell you that what are the challenges we are currently facing. So these are the challenges we are currently facing because we want to automate a process. So first challenge that we have to is that we have to simplify the order tracking process. And third one is manual ordering process is time consuming, and this error pro we have to remove that thing. And the fourth one is we have incorrect delivery as going on, so we have to change that thing also. And the fifth one, the delivery is limited to the redays. We want to limit our deliveries because sometimes customers orders and which is out of the limit, so we have to say sorry for that after that. So there is an issue going on because the payment has been made, so we have to remove this thing. And the sixth one is unavailability of updated menu. Sometimes a restaurant has changed its price, and so we order something and there is quite of issues going on about that thing. And we have to there is no proper mechanism for feedback and complaint also. There is no feedback about the food quality and the delivery partner quality, and so we are not able to get that because if we go one by one restaurant, so it's a quite time consuming, so we have to remove that thing. And the eighth is limited option availability to customers. Right, currently right now we are just doing debit card or maybe cash payment, but now we have to increase our options also, so that we have to remove this hindrance. People are paying with credit card, there is a lot more things, UPI payments are coming, so we have to use this one. And the ninth one is to make there is no mechanism to communicate working of hours or restaurant, because sometimes the restaurants are closed on Saturday and Sunday, and sometimes the timing of the restaurant is changed, so we have to be updated on that also.
One point I would like to just cover, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is for the whole team. So for now, while we are developing this app, we are only concentrating on the food deliveries, and
Yes.
the deliveries for groceries and medicines is good to have for now.
Yeah, future event. We have
Okay,
to this.
perfect.
We'll do it once this one is on roll. Then we'll do this after some time. So right now
Okay,
we are
perfect.
discussing only for food delivery option.
Okay, wonderful, great. Thank you so much.
I will share my Jira tool also.
Sure.
So I have written some acceptance criteria.
Mhm.
So after the user has login, we are 2 steps ahead of that. We have done the registration process, an account is verified, and now we are in ordering process. Means that his account is confirmed, he's a verified user. His mobile number, his email ID, everything is verified.
Okay.
So he just come, he's a registered user. He just open the app and click on the order food button.
Okay. So it's a verified user to start off.
Yeah, he's a verified user right now. His mobile and email address and everything is verified.
Okay.
We have data of the customer on board. Everything is there. So the first acceptance criteria, user click on the order food online, and then he's able to click the preferable food options available on the app, that is veg, non-veg cuisine. And user will select the food items of his or choice from that options. System will check whether that option is available or not.
Okay.
Okay, if the option is not available, system will give list of similar options available.
Okay.
Right now,
Okay.
one item is not available, that similar one is available. So if they have a choice.
Okay.
If the user can select the preferred food item to the cart and select the checkout option, so the payment option is another story. We will discuss it after some time.
Okay.
It's another story. This one is because we want a separate stories of payment option because it's a long process, and there's
Okay.
a yeah. And the seventh one, after successful completing the order, delivery guy is allotted to the user, and detail is sent to the registered mobile number. Also, the user can track through the app. And this story is also another story,
Okay.
because we have will refer to another story. It will be partner, like it will track, and the name is will come, and who will deliver, the mobile number of that guy, delivery guy, and all the details is a separate story.
Okay.
So the negative flows, can we discuss negative flows here, or you want
Sure.
to add some?
Before we go ahead, uh, first key point, the fifth point and the seventh point are two different stories that we'll pick up later. So
Yeah.
before we go to the negatives, team, do you have any questions, or let us work on clarifications for point number 1, 2, 3, and 4? User can click on the order food button. Very straightforward, but any question from anyone in the Scrum team? Okay, I take it as everybody is clear on this. Uh, let's go
And
to the second. Okay,
is
someone
that
has a question.
possible? We can, before the order button, it will the app automatically appear based on our radius. That means the app can automatically detect our location. It will show if I want to order some Indian restaurant, like for example, it will show, because based on before what food I order. Mostly, if I order through only Indian restaurant or Chinese restaurant, it will show on my radius all the restaurant in my radius based on my location radius.
Yeah, it is a good idea, no, to put that prefer all that restaurant that is in a radius,
Within
so
the
we
radius.
can.
Yeah,
Right.
It's a good
depends on
thing.
the customer. The customer keep
Yeah.
on ordering only Indian restaurant, it will show all Indian restaurant near our radius.
No, that's a search option, no? That you use a search option. Search bar is there. There's a search option like cuisines is there, Indian,
Right.
Chinese.
No, before searching, actually what it will happen, before searching, if we keep I am the customer, I am the Indian, I am Indian restaurant, I'm keep ordering, before it will appear all Indian restaurant things. In search option, I can search if I want Chinese, or if I want Italian or anything.
Right. So
Search
that will
option is there. Yeah.
right. So if
Search
I
button is there.
so
Okay,
to
yep.
sum it up, can we say once you click on food order, all the hotels, all the restaurants from where you can order within the radius that you've specified as a user, those
Yep.
will be listed and you can only order through that.
Okay, yep.
Would that be right, Mohsin?
Yeah, it's a good idea option, because we can only select the option from the radius. Then it will not
Correct.
show the restaurants which are out of the radius.
Correct. And then maybe from those you can choose what sort
Yeah.
of food you're looking at. So you can mention maybe uh,
So where?
user can click on order food button, and restaurants within the radius will be listed.
Okay, I will update it.
And just to add on to Saranya's point, where we are updating this user story, restaurants within a radius can be displayed, okay, within a specific radius. So we can also, since it's an app, we can also pick up the customer's current location, right?
Yeah.
The current location, we can populate those restaurants. So this, Mohsin, I believe, will address your or your one of your main challenges, where you say that it is quite time consuming. The current process is quite time consuming.
Yes.
So here we are making the customer order only based on specific restaurants that are within his radius.
Yes.
Perfect. Great.
So you want me to change the acceptance criteria?
Yeah, we can mention like what we discussed. Restaurants within the address radiuses, customer address radius will be displayed. While Mohsin is typing this, this is for all of us. We have 9 more minutes in hand. Request you to, get the clarifications at the earliest. Can we go to the point number 2, team?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Okay, great. So the second point, user can click the preferable food options available on the app, veg, non-veg, and as per the cuisines that they desire to order. Very self-explanatory. Anybody wants to add anything, or do you think this is correct to move forward?
Yeah, I want to add a point. So I want to get clarified whether the app will show the food options or the restaurants. In which way we are going to sort it? Like whether user have to select the restaurant and then the food options or food options based. How
Good
it is
point.
going to work.
No, they will show the restaurant also.
Okay. And also I want to get clarified on can customer will be able to pick a food from a single restaurant or multiple restaurants?
Yeah, we'll discuss with that. I don't know right now.
Okay, so I think we can park this. I think it's a very good point.
Yeah.
So there are two points. Will need more clarification. Number one, like what Shrisha mentioned, if customer can order from different restaurants and have a checkout, or he needs to order from a restaurant and place a different order for another restaurant. So if he has 3-4 dishes from 3-4 restaurants, whether he has to place 4 orders.
Yeah, they can do that. They can do that. Unlimited orders, they can do that. There is no issue in that. You can't pick. We are not able to give delivery to the customers directly,
right,
without a preferred partner.
So there'll be 4 different payments. So for different restaurants, it will be different order.
Different payment, different order, different payment.
Okay, but we can take it in the payments, Risha, because that's a different user story altogether at the checkout. Number two, the other thing that we wanted to pick up is whether the food or the items will be listed as per the hotels or as per the cuisines. So what you mentioned is it will be listed both the ways. You can go into a specific hotel and pick up what menu you want there, or you can just pick up the cuisine and different restaurants with that cuisine will come up and you can order, right?
Yeah, if you select the veg option, all veg restaurant will be available for you. Watch all veg. You can just select the restaurant. You can get veg options.
Perfect, great. Will we need specific written in the user story, or this is clear enough?
It's clear.
Is it clear to the team as well, or anybody has any different understanding?
No.
It's clear.
Okay, perfect. Great. Let's move to the third point. User will select the food item for his or her choice. So this is the selection tab. I think you can select and add it to the cart, right? And
yes,
this is so that you can add to cart the options that you want to order. So maybe we can mention in a bracket add to cart or the orders, create a cart for the orders. Any more clarifications that will be needed here from the team?
No.
Yeah, actually, so browsing is limited to restaurant level. So a customer can select food items from a single restaurant.
Yes.
So is it limited to any count? Like food items is it limited to the particular count? User can only order 10 items or 15 items or 5 items. Is it limited?
No, the restaurant will tell how many items are available. It will tell you. Restaurant will update that.
I think one valid question here also will be whether the order has to be of a specific value for it to be delivered, from a specific restaurant. So, but will that be a different user story, or can it be included here?
Yeah, but we'll limit it with the different stories that we can limit the restaurant that you do not order around 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. Then it's a bulk order. It's a bulk order now. Then you can order in. There's another thing that's a bulk. You can order bulk.
So for now, it is you can. There is no
it's a retail
value,
thing.
You can order.
This is a retail thing, and we will discuss it in a corporate thing. When we'll do corporate thing, then you can order. And there's an option that you will order 3 to 4 hours before that, so that the restaurant can get prepared about that.
Got it. Perfect. Great. So is this order clear to all the guys?
Yeah.
Perfect. We have the fourth point. If the option is not available in the system, it will show you similar listings. I think this is self-explanatory. Any questions here? Okay. And I think the fifth and the other points are new user stories, right, Mohsin?
Yes, we'll discuss in another payment option. Is there when the customers put that button checkout option, then
Okay.
it's another story. What we'll
Okay.
do, how
So it's
many?
a new screen altogether.
Yes,
Perfect.
yes.
And
Perfect.
we can now proceed to the next section.
Perfect. Great. Thank you so much for the clarification, Mohsin, and thanks to the whole team, for participating in this call, asking questions. As we all know, we would need few clarifications from our product manager so that we can start building on the user stories, and we can also estimate the right time we need for these user stories to be built. We will all catch up tomorrow again, to discuss about this in detail. And till then, think about more questions that come to your mind, in case you need any clarifications, any things that come to your mind, please make a note of it, and we will all gather tomorrow, and we'll have our questions and possible answers for them as well. Thank you so much.
This is a crucial information that you need to build the application. So that's well done, guys.